Happy Monday, Beanstalk. This is Bela Beantok, filling in for Beanthoven, who's away on honeymoon festivities. This week on the farm, we had updates from the Scib team on Wednesday, as well as our weekly DAO call on Thursday. Let's dive in. On Wednesday, Scib addressed a bunch of topics ranging from social media comments and engagement, educational planning, future marketing campaigns, and more. I'll let them sum it up. Let's listen.
Socials, we're working on more replies and making sure that we're able to hit all those replies to kind of shove us into conversations to kind of expand the chamber a little bit, the echo chamber potentially. We definitely think that we need to do this larger kind of campaign planning. So we're going to shoot to have all of ready to present and kind of finalize as far as the content for next week. And then we can start building out and how kind of the calendar ready over the next week. We want to come out with a really big, splashy Bean manifesto. This is what we're working on. This is why you should kind of spend your time here campaign, looking at some of these other Bean initiatives as well. Long form, we have the educational content still going to churn out for the rest of the month, and we're going to continue to add some. BD, kind of focusing on the educational side. And then PR, getting Poobs on a couple podcasts. And then, we get the PR team in place to now be able to hit some more publications and things like that.
On Thursday's DAO meeting, Guy had an update on fund recovery next steps.
Originally Publius had intended to publish a document of sorts containing all the information that they are aware of. They were originally intending to publish that in the Discord, but there was a lot of comments from the community that mentioned it'd be best to only share that with folks who are directing the effort. So that is unlikely to be shared publicly. But as I understand it, next week their legal counsel still intends to come do a Q&A of sorts for the community to ask questions and get answers.
As far as development goes, by the end of this week or early next, they'll be sharing some drafts of a few different proposals.
So the first of which is the Sunrise Improvements BIP, and that is the BIP that implement Dutch auction in the field. The other proposal, or other BIP rather, is one related to enabling stock delegation on the various snapshot pages in the Beanstalk ecosystem. And that is the result of a lot of the conversation happening around the last time the budget BIP was proposed with regards to, comments around stockholder voting participation and the like. So interested to see what people think of that one. And in particular, after we share that, we will open a forum for people to be able to more formally apply to be a stock delegate, where folks can draw their address, talk about why they think other stockholders should delegate their votes to them, etc.
BLC gave a BeaNFT update.
This year I've been working away in the background on how we improve BeaNFT and coming up with a proposal to create a BeaNFT DAO. Look to see what we can do in terms of implementing proposals for future collections, upgrades to existing collections, and such like that. The full proposal will go up in due course, and looking forward to discussion in the Discord regarding that.
And Mod introduced a proposal for a grant to create a lending market for pods using Pharos.
Pharos is an on-chain prime broker, or what that technically is that we would allow anyone to deploy a lending market for any asset through an order book. What we're thinking, or the reason we're asking for this grant, is that one of the markets we would like to launch with or deploy is a lending market for pods. The way that would work is that pod holders would be able to use pod as collateral and then take out a loan for their pods, and then they could do different things with their loan. Sorry, any questions now, or just chat anytime on the Discord?
This turned into a great discussion, so make sure to listen to the full DAO call for all the juicy details. Regarding the recovery effort, Sync was able to talk to Taylor Monahan from MetaMask.
She was one of the lead contributors that helped the Euler finance team on their recovery efforts. Long story short, she pretty much said that the Kraken lead, as promising as it may be, unless we connect the dots through a formal investigation, we're not going to really get anywhere. So I can share that or her comments with you. They're in the BOP2 channel as well if you want to take a look there.
There was also some discussion on using the leftover Beansprout budget and reallocating to fund Mod's proposal and perhaps a fund recovery service like the ones mentioned in previous calls.
Breen mentioned that they'd be comfortable, sending the coup funds back to the Beansprout multisig, and that would leave the Beansprout multisig with about 93,000 beans. Mod's proposal was for 25,000. So whatever the difference is would be what would be left in the Beansprout multisig.
Lastly, Sweetredbeans talks Wells.
We're on track to have like a full clickable prototype in 2 weeks. In general, I think the idea here is to sort of like point all of the message towards this idea that we're building these open source primitives, particularly the stacks, in a way that doesn't require governance tokens or fee tokens. I think the thing to highlight is the architecture. Hope to have like the full sort of MVP of the UX in a week, and then the next week after that we'll spend trying to round out the animations and the illustrations. Yeah, if anyone has opinions or is sort of curious what that looks like, I would love to show it to you. So please send me a message. But that's it from my side.
Once again, that DAO call had a lot of great stuff in it, so make sure to listen to it in its entirety. That's it for me. Have a great week, farmers.